So I was looking at this material you sent, and it really got me thinking.
Oh, yeah.
Like, when you hear humanoid robots, what pops into your head first? Is it excitement? Is it, I don't know, a little bit of fear?
It's funny you should ask that because I think it's all of the above.
Right?
We're at a point where the advancements in humanoid robotics are, well, they're just incredible.
They are.
And there's so much to break down.
Absolutely, and that's what we're going to do in this deep dive. Like, go
Exactly.
beyond the hype,
Right.
see what's really happening, understand why it matters.
That's the goal.
So one thing that really jumped out at me was this Sanctuary AI Phoenix robot
Oh, fascinating stuff.
and those new touch sensors.
Yeah, those touch sensors are a game changer.
Yeah, how so? What's the big deal about improved touch in robots?
Well, think about it this way. With a refined sense of touch, a robot can interact with the world so much more precisely. It's not just about gripping something tightly. It's about handling delicate objects, doing intricate tasks that, frankly, up until now, only human hands could really manage.
You're talking like factory work or even,
Precisely.
yeah, even surgery. Think of microsurgery with a robot.
Wow.
It's mind-blowing.
Totally. It really feels like we're moving past just movement. Now it's about
It's about nuance.
nuance. Exactly.
It's about interaction that is
Subtle and
profound.
precise.
And speaking of moving, Boston Dynamics went and made their Atlas robot all electric.
Yeah, they did. And that's huge.
It is. So why ditch the hydraulics? What's the big advantage of going electric?
Well, a lot of it comes down to practicality. Electric power is quieter, it's more energy efficient,
Okay.
and importantly, it gives you even finer control over movements, all of which are pretty big deals when you're talking about robots working in industrial settings alongside people.
Makes them much more adaptable.
For sure.
So then we have Ameca. I gotta say, watching those lifelike expressions and responses,
Pretty uncanny, right?
it is. It really makes you wonder, is this a real breakthrough in AI, or is it more about clever programming creating an illusion?
It's a great question, and honestly, it's at the heart of a much bigger debate right now about what AI actually is, what it can do.
Right.
Ameca is amazing at mimicking human behavior. I mean, the facial expressions, the way it responds to you, it's incredible.
Yeah.
But is it really understanding what's going on? I'm not sure. What are your thoughts?
I mean, it's super impressive to watch for sure.
It is.
But I do wonder if maybe the focus on appearance is overshadowing the actual intelligence behind it.
I think that's a valid concern.
And speaking of big ambitions, we have Muks Robotics talking about sending humanoid robots to space.
Yes, space exploration is the next frontier, literally.
Seems like a huge leap.
It is a bold vision. They argue that humanoid robots, designed like us, could perform tasks meant for astronauts. Less risk, you know?
I could see that. But space is tough.
It is. It's the ultimate proving ground. So we need to think about energy consumption, resilience in harsh environments,
Right.
and most importantly, the ability to make decisions autonomously. So the big question is a humanoid form the best way to tackle those challenges?
Right, because there are those purpose-built robots, too.
Exactly. And they might be better suited for specific tasks.
And then there's the Huawei 5GA robot with that real-time cloud control.
That's a game changer for sure. Imagine controlling a robot from miles away with basically zero lag.
Wow.
Think about disaster relief, maintenance in hazardous environments, all sorts of applications.
Yeah, the possibilities are pretty remarkable. So we've talked about touch, power, AI responses, space, remote control.
It's a lot.
It is. And all of it leads back to some pretty fundamental questions.
Like, are we truly on the cusp of having robots that can be versatile, helpful assistants?
Exactly.
Are these advancements actually solving real-world problems?
Right. And how should we feel about AI that seems more and more human?
Especially as it becomes more integrated into our lives.
These materials you shared, they really lay out the whole landscape.
Yeah, the rapid progress, but also the need to think critically about where it's all headed.
Because it's not just about what we can do, it's about what we should do. And how.
Precisely.
So let's recap. We saw robots that can feel with more precision, operate more efficiently, respond in ways that seem almost human, robots that might go to space, and robots we can control from anywhere in real time.
Amazing advancements.
And with that comes a lot of potential, but also a lot of questions about their real-world impact. So for you listening, if you had to pick just one area in all of this, one thing you'll be watching closely in the years to come, what would it be? What makes that area so compelling to you? Or what questions does it raise that we need to start thinking about now? It's something to really ponder.
Definitely. The future of humanoid robots is being shaped right now, and it's a conversation we all need to be a part of.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining me for this deep dive. Until next time.
It was a pleasure.
Take care.
You too.